Yo guys, welcome to the video. This is Josh or Milky and another day, another video for Path of Exile. We're well into the swing of things now. So we're going to go over a currency strat today that I've been doing in T16. It's a lot of fun, good money. I didn't track this one. I never intended to make this kind of like a recorded strat or anything. So there isn't a spreadsheet with the recorded results, but I have had a lot of success with it today. You can see I've upgraded my character massively. If you see yesterday's video, pretty much everything's changed. My character is blasting now. And that's a lot of the currency come from this strategy. So we're going to start, and it's basically Rogue Exiles. You might be thinking, Rogue Exiles. I will say in advance, this is very tough. We are messing around with Rogue Exiles, and they are very, very tough because we've got them ghosted as well because of the exiled will node. See, the tree's a bit sketchy, but it is, to my knowledge, pathed correctly, although it does look a bit weird. I'm messing around with June at the moment. I have tried out multiple different things with this strategy, but what am I going for? Why does this tree exist? And it basically is because of this new scarab, the Titanic Scarab of Treasures. Unique monsters in area have 2 additional rewards. Unique monsters in area have 30% increased toughness. What this means is, much like when you clear a legion and the mob has an icon above its head, like a chaos orb or something like that, it has a loot tile. This gives every unique mob in the map 6 loot tiles, and now you can also do Glacier. So this map right here, I've spoke about this one in my ritual strat. We'll do a map playthrough to show it. Forgive me if I'm not talking all the time throughout. It's hard to talk and play sometimes. But basically, Glacier has a unique interaction at the end of the map where there are tons of unique mobs surrounding the boss. So we'll see if we can get a good showcase of that in this one. Now, we're also using the Giantism one. We'll see if we can get a good demonstration of how exactly that works. Essentially, it turns the Exile into a big Patrushka doll, and it starts like spitting out smaller exiles as it dies. So these, the June that I'm using, it does obviously give the guys the loot tile as well. You can see them above their head, and you end up getting loot once you finish them off. So this guy is a big one. He's going to turn into another like 4 Rogue Exiles, and then they turn into another 2. So you end up getting like all this loot here. And you can see it's quite a variety of loot, which is not the best if you're not someone if you're someone who doesn't like to trade. You will have to do a bit of trading with this strategy. You do get a big variety of loot. It's not like you're just getting like Harvest Life Force, right? Harvest is the best for that because you just farm one thing. It's super easy to sell. This isn't quite that. You've got a lot of different things. So very, very good to like do this for a lot of maps so you can get a lot of bulk of these things. I'll show my stash afterwards, kind of like what I've been getting and my plans for selling it all. You can see we get a lot of scarabs as well because we've got the node that gives unique mobs a 200% increased chance for scarabs. So a ton of scarabs coming from this strat. I had no scarabs at the start of today because I liquidated them all. And now I'm up to, I think the stash value says about 15 div, but that's without any bulk. So we've got a decent amount of scarabs. Oh, and we actually got something I did want to talk about. So this crimson ore right here, 4 unique mobs spawn around it, and they all get these unique tiles. So you can see the loot that they drop. Very, very nice. You're going to get this, probably, it's like 1 in every 5 maps, right? There are 5 different encounters. Most of the time, on average, you're going to get it 1 in every 5. And there is obviously that 1 in 20 chance because of the Ruckus node on the tree that you get like 20 Rogue Exiles. When you get that map, you really do pop off. But we are getting to the boss here. Let's go in and look at that. All these unique mobs, tons of unique tiles. It's just free, isn't it? I mean, it definitely adds up. You see the map was quite fast, actually. If you got a good build and you can go pretty fast, this doesn't take long at all. Just blast everything down, pick everything up, and you're good to go. If you want the loot filter, it will be linked in the description. This is now a custom loot filter. It is quite end game, so if you make sure you press Alt if you kill a boss, like an out of map boss. But yeah, that'll be linked below. So you see the example of the map, pretty quick, not too difficult, but can be if you get the wrong map mods. And basically the loot comes in all different shapes and sizes. We've got a lot of currency, stack decks are a big part of it. We've got scarabs that are obviously going to add up over time if you do enough of the maps. I've been just dump tabbing jewels, selling them all, 25C, 26C all day. They've just been flying off every now and again. Lovely. You also get a lot of fractured items, like this one here that I forgot to ID. A lot of synthesis items that you get. A couple of those have sold. And yeah, it all adds up, doesn't it? So we'll go over the tree real quick and like the alternate thing that I was doing on the sheet. Let me just dump everything. You can see I'm up to 306 stack decks from doing this. Scarab tabs looking pretty decent. I think I've done about 30 maps of this. So this is 30 maps worth of scarabs, 30 maps worth of stack decks, 30 maps worth of fossils, 30 maps worth of essences. So you see it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know the exact returns per hour because I didn't track it, but you see the picture. Now, if we come on over to my trusty old spreadsheet, if I can find it, I have it open in one of these tabs. I have so many tabs open. Yeah, if you ever want to see what I'm up to, what I'm farming, it's here, what I've run so far. Rogue Exiles current. Now, I did try this with the Blight setup, so I'll put in both versions of the tree, the one that I'm using in game and this one. As for which is better, I've only done a few of the June versions. I did like this Blight one because what happens is this Blight spawn node makes it so all the mobs that spawn from a specific lane become unique mobs, which they get the reward tiles, and then at the end of the Blight, all the loot tiles come from the pump. So you do get a lot, but again, very, very difficult to do. So if you can do that, it's very good. Does take a little bit more time, but you get a decent amount of loot from the pump at the end. But that's it. The tree's fairly straightforward. It's just stacking as many unique mobs, significant troves for more scarabs, ruckus for that 8% chance for just an absolutely monster map, and Exile World to get them all ghosted up. Pretty standard stuff. Now, just to finish off the video, I guess we'll talk about some of the discoveries I've made today in terms of the league mechanic. I said in yesterday's video I was going to try focus on upgrading Ryburn Fell. You can see I've upgraded this since then, and now they want an awful lot of stuff from me. You can see they wanted 47,000 bismuth, 21,000 verisium, 180,000 orichalcum. So it is starting to get a bit difficult. You see, I got a divine from this one, lovely jubbly. I'll take that all day. A lot of tattoos as well. It is starting to seem a bit better for me. So this idea that doing all the quotas improves the rewards definitely seems to be holding strong a little bit. So I'm going to keep working on upgrading each of the quotas to try and get them as maxed out. Hopefully get this one done tomorrow, but how much orichalcum is that? That's like 140k. That is a lot. Obviously, bars do work for 5x that, but yeah, I need to get all this turned into smelted bars, and then we're good to go. Hopefully, by the time I wake up tomorrow, that should be done. One thing you should be doing if you are focusing on one place is make sure you're kind of moving your workers around to get them to farm the thing you need. Like, I needed a lot of blue xanthium today, so I had literally every plot here working on blue xanth just to send it across. That is what I have been doing so far. So yeah, that's today's video. Hope you enjoy the strat. If you do give it a go, it's a lot of fun. Very difficult, but if you've got a build for it, if you're something like an Archmage, you're going to destroy this. Obviously, I'm Lightning Strike Slayer. Pretty good for it. Yeah. Enjoy. Ship came in, actually. I have a ship waiting. I have a ship that should have gems, scarabs, and unique weapons. Because that's just what they wanted. Ooh. Yeah, it was. Gems, weapons, scarabs. Well, it was exactly what we wanted. Any good gems, though? Hang on, let me dump.